Hi and welcome to the Running Channel. I'm Anna, and today, along with the rest of the Running Channel team, we're going to be giving you some tips for how to stay motivated and part of the running community when you're on your own.
We know it's a strange time right now, so not only do we want to be your virtual running buddy here on the Running Channel, we also want to arm you with loads of tips to keep you connected.
So our first tip is subscribe to the Running Channel. Just click the button, tap the bell icon, and you'll get notified when we upload new videos, which we're still doing every week.
We're also on all social media channels, so just search for Running Channel and connect with us on there.
Now, I know for many of us, the joy of running and why we run often comes from the running community itself, and that's the physical presence of running with people, so whether that's your friends or club mates. But that doesn't mean during this really difficult time that you have to be disconnected to the running community all over the world. In fact, lots of clubs, teams and groups are taking advantage of all sorts of different tech to allow their members and each other to stay connected with one another. In fact, they're embracing things like Strava clubs, Facebook groups, or just WhatsApp, so they can stay connected before and after the runs that they're all out there doing on their own. We'd encourage you to head over to the Running Channel's Facebook group or join our Strava club so you can keep us up to date with what you're doing and stay up to date with what we're up to too. Now, we're pretty lucky in the UK at the moment because at the time of filming, we're still allowed to go outside once a day for regular exercise. But depending on where you're watching around the world, please make sure you do follow your local government recommendations. It's really important that we all do our part during this crisis. But if you are stuck indoors, then we've got some ideas coming up as well as to how to stay fit while you're on lockdown, but also how to stay connected to the running community. So today I'm heading out to do a workout from London-based running community We Are Daybreak. They usually meet twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but right now they're sharing all of their workouts on their Facebook group to allow their members to do them on their own and then report back in afterwards and share their experiences. So first off, before we dive into the actual workout, I've done a warm-up. So a very simple warm-up, some of which I did inside, some basic jogging on the spot and some dynamic movements. Took that outside into a few basic drills and then cracked on with the workout itself. And that workout is something that I really enjoy. Essentially, it's a very simple version of a progression run. So for me, it gives me a chance to get stuck in mentally to an out and back run, which I wouldn't normally enjoy, but it gives me something to be thinking about and not make it quite so boring. Basically, you head out for 25 minutes at a comfortable pace. At the 25-minute point, there's no rest. You turn around and you run home hard, aiming for as close to 10k pace as you can. And that's it, really simple. So frustratingly for me, I've just come down a hill. This is going to be my 25-minute point to turn around just short of 3.5 miles, turn around and get straight stuck into pushing a bit harder on the way back. Yeah, this hill isn't fun, and I know it'll look flat on the video as well, so it'll be even more disappointing. Almost 2 miles done on the return. I'm feeling it now, 1.5 miles to go. The last few minutes now, it's just starting to rain, which actually I'm quite grateful for. So I'm just gonna keep pushing all the way home. That's me done. A couple of minutes easy jog, inside, 10 minutes of stretching, and then I'm done for the day. There are loads of amazing training groups all over the world doing exactly this right now. One example might be someone like Lonely Goat, who are an online-only running community for people who don't feel like they can regularly commit to attending training sessions, and they existed way before this whole pandemic struck. We'd also like to see examples of you getting out for your training runs on your own. Make sure you tag them with hashtag #SoloRunSelfie and send them to us on Instagram, Twitter, or in our Facebook group. Now let's find out what Rick, Kate and Anna have been up to.
Thanks, Andy. Now, it might be that you are watching the Running Channel from one of the many countries where the government has put a stop to exercising outside altogether or severely restricted how far you're allowed to go from home, which means that you probably can't get out for a run. So how do you stay connected and motivated to stay fit if that happens? Well, I am lucky enough to be part of the November Project community. So when there isn't a global pandemic on, we meet in London every Wednesday morning and work out together. There's lots of strength and conditioning, a little bit of running, and then we'll go and grab a coffee afterwards. So to adapt to the current situation, we now meet up every Wednesday from the comfort of our own homes or back gardens and have a Zoom video conference call. So the workout is sent through the night before. So this morning I've got some burpees, crunches, mountain climbers, and some leg lifts to get through in a ladder situation. I think we worked out there's about 90 burpees. Anyway, if you've not heard of November Project, go check them them out. They started in Boston in Massachusetts and are now in 52 cities around the world. I'm going to go and get changed and get ready for this morning's workout. I know it's going to be a sweat fest.
Jazz hands.
Amazing. There we go. I particularly like the jazz hands. Alright, everyone, let's just crack on. Go until your battery runs out. Ready? Alright, everyone in their own pace. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do this.
Now, understandably, we've seen all races either cancelled or postponed because of the current crisis, and parkruns are off too. I'm a regular at parkrun because it gives me that weekly opportunity to try and beat my 5k time. Plus, it gives me the opportunity to try and run 5k faster than Anna too. But with races disappearing from the calendar, we've seen a huge rise in the amount of virtual races popping up. Of course, it's not quite the same, but I've signed up to the Find a Race, Plan B race, which is a virtual experience that you can either run as part of a cumulative team, or you can do one set run on your own. So I've signed up to the virtual 5k, which means I'll be going out on my own, doing 5k as my version of a parkrun. It costs £10 to sign up, plus you get a medal, and all proceeds go to the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. It's important to note I won't be going on my regular parkrun route, nor will I be going for my normal time. If we all turned up on a Saturday at 9 o'clock, it would make social distancing incredibly difficult. So we all need to think about things a little differently and think a touch outside the box. I'm actually quite looking forward to going out and doing a virtual race because when it comes to the type of runner I am, I'm a fitness runner, which means I quite like my own company. And we're off on the virtual solo run. Just my luck, I picked the windiest day to do it. I'm the man, nothing can break me down. Whew. Quite enjoyed that. Uphill, windy, bit of hail chucked in along the way. Had to do the big swerve a few times, keeping 2 meters apart. Waved to a few people that I see on parkrun. It's quite nice though, knowing that everybody else was also out at the same time, doing the same thing. Puts me in good shape though for the next challenge, doesn't it? Hey Anna, coming for you. If you're not bothered about a medal or you haven't got to be doing any fundraising, then you could check out the virtual Strava challenge. That might be all the motivation you need. They do 5k, 10k and half marathons every month. Right, time for a quick post-run solo selfie.
Now, if you aren't doing any virtual races, or indeed, sadly, any real races at the moment, you might just want to go out and run, and that's really cool. But then you might also be thinking about all these races that hopefully we're going to get to do in autumn, maybe kind of double the number because of all these postponed ones. But just a word of warning on this, please don't completely cram your schedule with ridiculous numbers of races that you're suddenly going to do every weekend throughout the entire autumn, fingers crossed. It's not going to be that great for your body to stress it out that much. You're not going to be used to it because none of us have been racing for ages. So just be sensible, maybe cross 1 or 2 off. Don't worry about maybe you can postpone some to the year after. Just, take a really sensible, cautious approach. So the way I'm training at the moment is, well, kind of like I always do really. I have a coach who sets my plan and he does it on an app called Training Peaks, which some of you might know. Basically you go through and you see what the day holds for you and you go out and do it. So I do that, and then I upload it to Strava, and on Strava I tend to kind of explain what the session was, what the idea behind that run was, and then hopefully people can comment, ask questions, maybe get some ideas for their own runs, do it themselves. So I'm about to head off for my run today, and I checked on Training Peaks, and Tom Craggs, my coach, has set for me to do something like 45 to 60 minutes, because he mostly sets my sessions by time, not by distance, but just running on feel. But within that, I'm supposed to do about 8 to 10 100-meter strides. If I was on a track, I would do that on the straight bit. So run really fast on the straight, jog easy, recover on the bends, and just keep going for a few laps of that. But today, obviously not the day for that, so I'm going to go and just do it between lampposts or trees. If the distance isn't exactly 100 meters, it really doesn't matter. It's the idea of just get legs turning over quicker for short bursts. So I'm off and go do that now. See you later. This is so weird. There's queues of cars here sometimes on a sunny day. Just nothing. I did some strides in between trees. Okay, now I'm gonna go jog home. Just do a nice little easy recovery run. Not recovery run, what's the word I'm looking for? Recovery, that's it. No, along the river. Although I might stick to the road because with people walking, they're kind of choosing the tow paths and stuff, so it's easier to stay alone on the roads. I'm coming back towards the start now. Just been thinking about how much I really love running. I think when I train quite hard, there's always a run, well, several runs a week where you're a bit like, oh god, 10 minutes left, oh god, it's still 400 meters, whatever. And at the moment, I get towards the edge of my run or whatever it is, and I think, no, I've only got 10 minutes left. I'm sure we're all feeling a bit like that at the moment. And of course, if you want to feel, again, a bit more part of a community, you could arrange with a bunch of friends to do the same run today. Of course, not together, don't even need to be in the same country really. Just agree that all of you are going to go out and do 50 minutes with 10 times 100 meter strides, and then compare notes afterwards. So I really loved my run today, and if anyone wants any tips or anything like that, please comment on Strava or of course in the comments below on YouTube. And I'd just like to finish by thanking my camera person today, not Tom today, but instead my daughter Lily.
We hope that there are a few ideas there to help you to stay connected with the running community, even though you can't be physically together at the moment.
Have you been doing any of these?
Or have you got some tips on some other things that we can all be doing to stay connected during social distancing?
Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the Running Channel.